Good morning, students. Our first chapter is light, reflection, and refraction. First of all, we should know light. From our earlier classes, we know the definition of light. We used to say light is a form of energy which produces sensation of vision in our eyes. Light is a form of energy which produces sensation of vision in our eye. It means that by the help of this very eye, we are able to see this very colorful world. Without eye, we can't think over beauty of this very world. So, this very eye is very precious gift of God to we people. We have also studied that light propagates along a straight line, means light propagates from one place to another place along a straight line. Today our chapter is reflection and refraction. First of all, we will discuss reflection. Then question is this: what do you mean by reflection of light? Light का reflection होता क्या है? Then come over reflection. First, see this very figure. Let us suppose it is a polished surface or a plane mirror. When we put light over it, over this very surface, then it moves along this direction like a ball. When we hit a surface by a ball, then ball bounces back in this manner. Similar type of phenomena is shown by light, and this type of phenomena is known as reflection of light. That's why we used to say bouncing back of light when we put light on a surface is known as reflection of light. Due to this very phenomenon, we are able to face in mirrors. हम लोग जो मिरर में चेहरा देखते हैं, that is possibility of our figure in mirror takes place due to this very phenomena. Question is how? We will see later. Figure of in a spoon, in case of a spoon, we again see our face in both sides. How does we are able to see our figure? Again, responsible phenomena is reflection. But how? We will discuss later. Once again, come over reflection. See this very figure. It is your plane mirror, or polished surface. We have put light over it. Light, due to reflection, it moves along this direction. Question is this: the reflection which is taking place here, is this very reflection takes place according to some rule? क्या कोई रूल है, कोई लॉज है जिसके अकॉर्डिंग यह रिफ्लेक्शन होता है? Then answer is yes, there are laws. There are two laws of reflection of light. But before coming over reflection of light, come over different terms. See here, it is your plane mirror. We have put this very light. Arrow is shown here. It means that light is hitting the surface. The light which hits the surface, the light which we put on any surface is known as incident ray. It means that it is your incident ray, and after reflection the light which we get, that is known as reflected ray. It means that this very ray is reflected ray. The point at which we put light, that very point over the surface, is known as point of incidence. It means that here your point of incidence is P. Here your point of incidence is P. On the surface at the point of incidence, we have drawn a normal. We have drawn a perpendicular line. This very perpendicular line is known as normal. Now see this very angle which is forming between incident ray and normal. This very angle is known as angle of incidence. Means angle between incident ray and normal is known as angle of incidence, which is denoted by sign I. Another angle is also formed here, which is in between reflected ray and normal. This very angle is found by reflected ray with normal. That's why this very angle is known as angle of reflection, which is denoted by sign small r. Now come over laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. First one is incident ray, reflected ray and normal at the point of incidence all lie in same plane. When over a surface you will put incident ray, refracted ray and normal over a surface, then all will lie in a same plane. It means that a single plane, a single surface can be constructed passing through these three. Second law is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. That is I equal to R. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. It means that when angle of incidence will be 45 degree, angle of reflection will be also 45 degree. If I is equal to 30, then R will be also 30. 15, 15, 20, 20, 10, 10, 5, 5, then 0, again 0. It means that when angle of incidence will be 0 degree, angle of reflection will be also 0 degree. What will be shape of incident ray at the time of 0 degree angle of incidence? At that very time, angle of incidence will be 0 degree. It means that our incident ray will pass through normal. It means that incident ray will be perpendicular to the surface. It means that incident ray will be normal to the surface. This very case is known as normal incidence. It means that we can say at the time of normal incidence, when angle of incidence will be 0 degree, R should be also 0 degree. It means that reflected ray also will pass through normal. It means that what is the path of incident ray? Same path will be followed by reflected ray. Only direction will be reversed. This very special case is known as normal incidence. Now come our next content. Our next content is image formation by a plane mirror. Our next content is image formation by a plane mirror. First question is, what is the meaning of image? What is image? This is a new term. Really, image is when you will be stand before a mirror, then you see your figure. That very figure which you see in the mirror, that is your image. The face which you see in a spoon, that is your image. Then question is, how image forms? By the help of plane mirror. Here we will discuss two cases. First for point object and second for extended object. See here you have a plane mirror. Here you have a plane mirror. See, it is your plane mirror. We have placed it vertically, and let us suppose in front of plane mirror there is a point object O. For drawing image from your earlier classes, you know that for drawing image of any point object, we have need of at least two rays. Let us suppose we have taken this ray and this ray. Now think over its path. Let us suppose this very ray is propagating along this direction. This is the case of normal incidence. Here angle of incidence is 0 degree, so reflected ray will come back along this direction, right? Second ray, let us suppose from the object is moving along this direction. As incident ray, this point of incidence is this, normal is this, so angle of incidence will be this. Question is this, what will be path of reflected ray? Then according to second law, we know that I equal to R, so reflected ray will be this. Reflected ray is this. Now see here, it is your one reflected ray, it is your one reflected ray and it is your another reflected ray. जो रे चला है बच्चे ऑब्जेक्ट से चला है, but after reflection rays are moving along this direction. Let us suppose you are here, let us suppose you are observing from here, then what will be your observation? One ray is coming from this side, one ray is coming from this side, another ray is coming from this side. ऑब्जेक्ट रे जो है वास्तव में ऑब्जेक्ट से चला है, बट व्हाट वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग, आपने यह आप जान रहे हैं कि रे ऑब्जेक्ट से चलता है, उसके चलते हम लोग देख पाते हैं यहाँ जो रे दोनों आ रहे हैं ऑब्जेक्ट से, दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम दिस पोजिशन. इट मीन दैट व्हाट विल बी योर थिंकिंग, आप यह कहते हैं रेज ऑब्जेक्ट से चलते हैं, रेज ऑब्जेक्ट से आते हैं, तो दोनों रे कहाँ लगेगा, कहाँ से आते हुए महसूस हो रहे हैं? फ्रॉम हेयर. इट मीन दैट योर थिंकिंग विल बी दैट ऑब्जेक्ट इज हेयर. In real sense, object is here, but you are observing that object is here. The point at which you observe कि object will be here, that is the site of image. It means that image of this very object will form here, right? Now come over in how image forms in case of extended object. See this very figure. Let us suppose again it is your plane mirror and it is your extended object, bigger object AB. First of all, we will now, as it is a bigger object, we can consider it as combination of large number of point size objects. We can consider. Now first of all, we will draw image of tip, which is B. Again we have need of two rays. Let us suppose one ray is this, normal incidence, it will come back along this direction. Second ray is this, it will move along this direction according to I equal to R. When you will be observed from here, then what will be your thinking? Rays are coming from this position. It means that image of tip B will be here at B dash. In the similar manner, when you will form image of tail, take one ray of normal incidence and another in this manner. Similar, on the basis of similarity, we can say image of A will form at this very point A dash. An image of these small objects which is lying between A and B will form between A dash and B dash. Means image of whole object AB will be here A dash B dash. Any problem? No. Now come over properties of images found by a plane mirror. First of all, see here, what is the size of the object? Same is the size of the image. It means that we can say size of the image found by a plane mirror is same as size of the object. Second one, listen here, the reflected rays which we are getting, their real intersection is not taking place. Their virtual intersection is taking place, and from our earlier classes we know that if image forms by real intersection, then that is known as real image, and if it forms by virtual intersection, means when we produce reflected rays in backward direction, then that very image is known as virtual image. It means that this very formed image will be virtual. Here one more point is given. Formed image is erect. What does it mean? Here formed image is erect. Erect means सीधा. सीधा means here your जो head है वो ऊपर था, टेल नीचे था, एंड इन केस ऑफ इमेज द विच वी आर गेटिंग, हेड ऊपर है, टेल नीचा है, इस मीन्स जो मेरा इमेज बन रहा है दैट इज सीधा. इट मीन दैट फाउंड इमेज विल बी वर्चुअल एंड इरेक्ट. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, नाउ सी हियर, what is the distance of object from the mirror? Same is the distance of image from the mirror. It means that distance of image from the mirror is equal to distance of object from the mirror. One more property is given here, formed image is laterally inverted. As I think you all are familiar with this very phenomenon, lateral inversion. Question is this, what is this very lateral inversion? Then we used to say it is phenomenon of exchange of left and right between object and image. You can observe this very lateral inversion. You place yourself in front of plane mirror. It is well known fact, all that. Or consider, let us suppose in your shirt there is pocket on the left side, but in the image, when you will see image, pocket will be on right side. What does it mean? ऑब्जेक्ट के लेफ्ट साइड में है लेकिन इमेज के राइट साइड में बन गया. देयर इज एक्सचेंज ऑफ लेफ्ट एंड राइट बिटवीन ऑब्जेक्ट एंड इमेज और नॉट. टेक अनदर एग्जाम्पल. लेट अस सपोज you raised your right hand. You have raised your right hand, but when you will see your image जो है अपना लेफ्ट हैंड ऊपर किए रहेगा. What does it mean? Again there is exchange of left and right, and this very phenomenon of exchange of left and right between object and image is known as lateral inversion. It means that all images found by a plane mirrors are laterally inverted. Clear to you all? Now I am closing this very content. We will meet again tomorrow with next topic. Our next topic will be image formation by spherical mirrors. Thank you.